So just before we go into the fish room tour, guys, I want to show you something. As a lot of you will probably notice, this is my Jag, basically, Mr. Wimpy. That obviously I lost that not long ago, but obviously I know people on Facebook and Instagram that are in the fish world, and I've met a lot of people. And one guy reached out to me and said that him and his partner wanted to send me a gift to remember the Jag, and this was it. This is fantastic, guys, and I was so overwhelmed because they paid for postage, didn't charge me a penny, and they sent it as a gift. And absolute brilliant job. Unfortunately, in transit, the corner got broken. That's a shame, but it doesn't come like that, guys. It was the shipping that happened with that. But how good is that? Check it out. Look at that. How beautiful. That's my favourite picture of him as well. Some nice people in this world, guys. Remember that. Some very nice people in this world and this hobby. Guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Big Fish Lad, and today we are going to do a fish room tour. So everybody loves a fish room tour. I love a fish room tour, and I think I've not done one for a while. And obviously the last time I did a fish room tour, after that we had some issues. So right now, this is the first time you will have seen my fish set up like it is now on this tour. So what I want to do, guys, is I don't want to sort of like overthink this, because I'll be dead honest with you. The video that was supposed to go out this week was a fish shop tour or Fisherman's Aquatics, but with the situation like it is, and where we're living in the UK, we're on total lockdown. It isn't worth travelling over at this point in time, so we'll just do a fish room tour instead, guys, because I want to put a video on, and why not? Let's do it. So we'll just go around the tanks. I'll talk to you a little bit about stock, because I have actually got some stock that people might not have seen, and we'll talk about stock, we'll talk about how they're doing, if there's any future plans, that kind of stuff, and we'll just, like I say, I'll just take you around, guys. We'll just go around and we'll just have a look, we'll just talk fish, talk tanks, that kind of thing, and go from there, basically. So let's do it. Okay, guys, so the first tank we're going to look at is the Trimac cichlid. So this is Trigger the Trimac, and this is his tank, and it's a EIM 200 litre. So I think the dimensions on this are 39 inches long or 40 inches, I'm not too sure, but give or take. It is 20 inches high and 15 inches wide. So it's not going to be a forever home for Trigger, because he's going to get really big and he'll need a tank like what the Red Devil's in. He's coming on a treat, guys. He's unbelievable. He's such a top quality Trimac, and he's unbelievable. Honestly, his personality and his confidence and all sorts. He's just brilliant. How I'm running this tank is just 2 sponge filters, a heater obviously, got some substrate, little cave with some wood, and that's it. This is how you run a tank, simple in my eyes. And sometimes I do think to myself, should I change to sponges on my other tanks? Because with your sponges, I mean, I've got 2 pretty decent sized sponges in there, so they're more than enough for that tank, and it keeps it clean. He is in great health, so check the fish out, guys. And it's always about the fish, and like I said, his behaviour, his confidence, his aggression is fantastic. And look at him, look at those eyes, look at those red eyes, they are fantastic. And the pattern is unbelievable, and he's around about 5 inches, and like I said, he's looking brilliant, he's doing brilliant. So yeah, simple tank. It's a grow out tank. We will have to get a bigger one for him soon, and I have to look at it myself. So I think that it's possibility that I can move the Trimac into the Carpintis tank, and move the Carpintis into there, because the Carpintis will only get to about 8 to 10 inches, whereas he's going to get to 14 to 16 inches. So yeah, we could do that for now. And again, that tank's not big enough, but it's 60 litres more than this one. So yeah, we will. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But it's a cracking tank. It's a beautiful tank. They're really good EI tanks. I like the way they're built. And yeah, we're watching the progress on the Trimac, because he is the ultimate. I think he is fastly becoming the best fish I've got, and he is stunning, and he is going to grow into it. For those of you that don't know, he is going to grow into one beast of a fish. They grow into beasts, these things, honestly. He's American cichlid, as you probably know, but he's American cichlid, Central American cichlid, and he's an Amphilophus. The scientific name for him is Amphilophus trimaculatus. Okay, guys, so let's move on to another tank and talk about something else. Okay, so we are now at the Red Devil tank, and again, like the Trimac, this is an Amphilophus species. He's called the Amphilophus labiatus. He shares a tank with some cutter-eye cichlids, and they're coming on a treat. They're beautiful, and these guys are mean. I think 2 of them are paired off, so I need to keep an eye because there's 3 in there. But yeah, they're coming on nicely, and they're good tank mates for Jaguar, the Red Devil, because he's fine with them. He does chase them, but there's plenty of spots for him to hide. You know, they can get away from him, and they're very clever. They actually, you know, we talk about convicts being hardy and very smart and stuff, but they actually killed one of my convicts, so I had to move the other one out. But yeah, this is the Red Devil. He's around about 10-11 inches, and he's just the personality of the fish room. He's absolutely funny. You know, he's got a massive personality, and he is currently in a dual Rio 350, and basically the 350 is the litres. It's 350 litres. Also, the dimensions of this tank are 48 inches long, 24 inches high, and 20 inches back to front. It's a white cabinet, as you can see, with nice doors. And the EI one was pretty much the same, but obviously a different make. And they're very economical, these dual tanks, guys, because they've got the LED lights, and the LED lights apparently use 50% less than what your normal sort of like T5s and stuff like that use. So that saved me a fortune. But yeah, the filtration on this tank, guys, and I get asked a lot of questions about this. This internal filter comes with this tank, so it's connected to the tank, and you can see it's a big tank. I mean, that tank's 24 inches high, so there's got to be 20 inches at least, if not more, on that filter. So it's half of one side is filled with all different kinds of coarse sponges, and then on the other side, what you've got is you've got the motor built in, and you put the heater in there as well. So it's all tidy, it's all good. My only bugbear with them is that they take up room. But they're worth using, guys. I never used to use them in the past, but I've started using them now because I just think it's easier, you know, and they do a good job. You know, like I said, my tanks are always clean, they're always looking okay, and they're fine. So I just use them, guys. But yeah, that's Jaguar, the Red Devil, and this is his tank, and obviously he's got the cutter-eye cichlids in there. Keep it simple, big heavy pot, which you can't move. There's a rock, I think there's a rock in there, and there's a piece of wood that lays in it as well. So, because these Red Devils can be always moving stuff about. So don't expect to have a nice scape with one of these guys. But yeah, that's the tank for the Red Devil, guys. So let's go and check another one out. Okay, guys, this is the Cuban cichlid tank, and he is currently living in, I'll just pan back for you, Rio Dual 240 litre. Now, I took the internal filter out quite a while ago, so this is when I didn't use them, so that's why there's not one in this tank. So yeah, it's big enough for him. It's big enough for him. So I currently run a external filter on this, and I'm probably a little bit the wrong way around in the way I filtrate my tanks, because I've got like an Aqua One 1250 external on this, and you know they can do up to like 600 litre tanks. So I think that, you know, I mean, I probably need to look at what I'm using on each tank, but it's great for him. We all know that obviously my Cuban's got some lymphocysts, but he's doing fine, he's doing great, and he's on his own at the moment. There is a little convict in there, guys, that it's the only place I could put him, but he's recovering. Cuban's doesn't seem to be bothered. The dimensions of this tank is 48 long, I think it's 20 high and 15 front to back. I'm using one of them AQL eaters on this. Really impressed with these eaters, really good eaters. They have, you can't see because I've got it on the side, but if you look around there, I'll show you. But where the actual gauge thing is, there's a light to show you the temperature. They're really good, really good. But yeah, Again, as you see, he's improving. He's improving all the time. He's around about 8 inches. He's a Nandopsis tetracanthus, and that's their scientific name, better known by the Cuban cichlid. He's not far off fully grown, so he won't grow much bigger than that. But love this guy, absolutely brilliant fish. Will I get a female for him? Maybe one day. We just need to get him to improve. And he's got his nice little setup. He loves that little cave which he's just retreated to. And that is the Cuban cichlid tank, guys. And let's go and look at another one. Okay, guys, so this is the tank that it's in the living room, so it's not in the fish room, but it's in another room. This is my grow out tank for my Jaguar cichlids, and it currently houses most of my L number plecos as well. It's a tank that I got from one of my garden centres, local garden centres, and it's 5 foot, so it's 60 inches long, 24 inches high, and 20 inches from front to back. So 450 litres basically. It's obviously a bit of a different finish than the ones in the other room. It's more of like an oaky type cabinet, a bit more living room like, should I say. And we'll talk about the stock that's in here, guys. And you already know about the gold jags, so you know there's 4 gold jags in there, and we're still waiting for them to pair off. There is a dominant male, that's the dominant male there. Definitely male, and he owns the show, and he's growing a lot quicker than the other 3. That's a smaller one there. I think that's probably the 3rd size one, so there is another one that's a bit bigger. There's currently also a young Trimac in here. So I don't know if you remember, guys, but I got 4 from Cichlids of the Americas. This is the only one I've got left. And I put it in here because I didn't want to lose it, to be honest with you. So it can grow out with the jags. Here comes a big jag now. This is a big one. So yeah, these are coming on really well. And like I said, there is a lot of plex in here, guys. So let's see if we can find any. So there is my bigger L18 golden nugget plec. I do have a smaller one than that, but that's the bigger one. There is a L066 tail, which is a king tiger plex sticking out of that cave. You can see so if you look under this wood, there is my big green phantom, which is an L200, and there is a yellow seam, which is an L06. There's also in this tank, which is not out right now. I'm just having a look, guys, see if we can spot them, because you never know where they are, because they're always hiding, always. So there's a smaller gold nugget, actually. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tail hanging out of that piece of wood. That is my L333 pleco. So let's have a look if we can see any more, because there's actually a blue phantom, which is the L2128. There is what else is in there? There's an L002, which you never ever see, to be honest with you. It's in one of these, it's in this piece of wood somewhere. You never see it. I think, like I said, there's a smaller L18 golden nugget in there, but this is predominantly for the jags. Obviously, we're trying to grow a pair out, guys. They're growing really quickly. They're getting fed a really good diet. They're looking fantastic. That one there, the dominant male, is absolutely, the light's not great because obviously it like shimmers off the main light. That's the second biggest one there, but that's definitely the most dominant male. I put my money on it. It's a stunning fish. We just need him to pick his female, don't we, guys? That's what we need. And yeah, that's the stock in that tank. And that's the one that I get to sit and enjoy every night. I have added a wave maker for the plecos, but it's not on at the moment. And if I'm honest with you, it's a little bit too powerful, I think. I know that obviously heavy flow can help with growth of fish, but I just think when I have it on, I'll tell you what, let's put it on now. I'm going to turn it on and show you. So let me just plug it in, guys. Right, so it started going, so let's have a look at the flow. I can't put it low down because it's way too powerful. But again, look at them all, straight to it. So I suppose it's not really harming them, is it, I suppose? And you can tell when you put fuel, there's a blue phantom. There's a blue phantom under there, can you see him? Yeah, that's the L128. So it is, I mean, if you look at it towards the top. It's a bit lower, but it's a double barrel one, you see. It's about 800 litres per hour. It's quite powerful, but yeah, I think I'll leave it on. I was thinking, should I move it into the Pike tank, because the Pikes come from rivers, don't they? So they like flow. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I've lowered it a little bit, guys, so it actually doesn't look as bad, but you can see all the bits flying about already. But they don't seem too bothered by it, do they? So yeah, I'm not sure whether it's too bad. I think the plecos will absolutely love it, because they love a fast flow. I mean, look, that pleco there, you know, it's moving within but the suction on their mouths to the wood is so strong that they don't move. But loving these Jags. Anyway, guys, that's the Jag tank with obviously a little Trimac and my L number plecos. Let's go and have a look at another tank, guys. So, guys, we're at the Pike tank, and you'll have seen a video recently on the Pike tank. And just to confirm, guys, I've had it confirmed. The big one is a female, the small one is the male. So we know where we stand now. I won't spend too long on this tank, but basically it's a dual Rio 450, which is, again, 60 inches long, 24 inches high, 20 wide. I'm running that into the only infiltration on this at the moment is that internal, which is a built-in filter like the other one, and it's the same format as the other one, and right now it's doing okay. I was thinking about pulling that out, to be honest with you, and putting an external on this tank, but again, you know, you've seen this tank not long ago. We now know that the smaller fish is the male, the bigger fish is the female, and we can settle down now and watch them, see what happens to him. I'm going to feed him some good food to get the red out of him, guys, as well. And like I said, that's the Pikes. Let's move on to the last tank, guys. So, guys, the last tank is the tank that we set up not long ago again. So, like the Pike video, we did a video on this not long ago as well, so I won't spend too long on it. But this is the same as the fish that I showed you with the tank that I showed you with the Jags in from the garden centre. This is the same tank, but just smaller. So it's basically, this is 4 foot long, 18 inches wide, and 24 inches high. Beautiful tank again, beautiful finish, like I said, with the other one. On this, guys, you know the score. It's the internal and the sponges. The fish will settle down. The Carpintis is there, look, popping out of his cave. The Jack Dempsey, been doing some sort of like, been looking at the Jack Dempsey, and I'm starting to think this guy might be a really old fish, you know. But anyway, that's another story. Again, that's the tank for the Carpintis and the Jack Dempsey, and nothing will change there. And I did say on the last video that he was picking on the Jack Dempsey. He's not seemed to have been doing it as much. He is giving it jit, but nothing that's harming it right now. So they are okay for now, for anybody that wanted to know. And that's my tanks, guys. So I just want to say a massive thank you for watching. I know it's a much longer video than what I'm used to doing, but that's my fish room as it stands. I will try and get to Reese's shop as soon as I can, and I'll be better prepared with my footage next time, guys. So thanks for watching. If you've got to this point, you've done pretty well. But if you have got to this point and you're not subscribed, guys, do us a favour, click the subscribe button and ping the bell. And I'll see you on the next video.